G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because the greatest Super Rugby team in the world, the Hurricanes, has just been eliminated by the referee. Okay? No, just kidding. You know, referee aside, I think the Clayton McMillan has done a great job identifying the Hurricanes' attacking style, and the Chiefs has put up a absolute sublime performance with their defense tonight and really deserved this win with a really outstanding performance from the entire team to get themselves over the line. 30 points to 19 over the Hurricanes. There are a number of things I think went wrong for the Hurricanes, in addition to the fact that the Chiefs defense was able to identify the key area the Hurricanes like to target, which is the 9 and 10 channel, and really shut that option down and flooding the breakdowns, getting those turnovers again and again, forcing Hurricanes to go much wider than they normally would like, getting caught behind the advantage line with good rush defense out of their centers from Anton Lennon-Brown, and getting a lot of those forward passes, frustratingly forward passes in those wider channels for the Hurricanes because of the pressure from the rush defense, and really well done from the Chiefs. And I mean, the Hurricanes was caught off guard a little bit at the start of the game. The Chiefs did exactly what they did against the Reds the week before, which is coming out of the sheds, fired up, ready to go, and caught the Hurricanes napping. You know, and they didn't just catch anybody napping from the Hurricanes. They caught Jordie Barrett and TJ Perenara, 2 missed tackles leading into the first try, which was, I thought it was embarrassing. I've never seen Jordie Barrett make a tackle that bad in my whole life. TJ Perenara, sorry mate, I've seen you've done that before, but Jordie Barrett, man, it was like a high five instead of making a tackle there. And yeah, then once the Chiefs got that early 2 tries on the board, they were pretty happy to settle into that rhythm, settle into that style that I always enjoy to play over the years, which is to control the kicking game and then just back themselves on getting those penalties from the defense and have David McKenzie chipping the scoreboard over with 3 points. And it was, you know, very good performance by the Chiefs. And there's a lot to break down, so let's have a look at what exactly the Chiefs has done to break out the Hurricanes attack. So this is something that the Hurricanes has done very successfully throughout the season, and this is something that they really like to do in a lot of their set piece play, is that the first receiver, as you can see here, has a big prop inside option on his right, in his an inside option right here. So a lot of times this option is very, most teams don't use this option, because you know it's a prop and teams don't expect this, but this is where the Hurricanes get a lot of their value from their big props like Tossie and Mafaleo, who are one of 2 of the biggest ball carriers in all of Super Rugby as front rowers, as forwards, just because of this inside option the Hurricanes like to run right here. And as you can see right here, so this is Tossie looking inside, and Jordie Barrett here is actually looking at this option, but he can see that he's already been marked by multiple players, and which forced Jordie Barrett, as you can see here, to not go for either of these short options, because this just people already recognize this, and then he has to go at the backdoor option for a wider play. And this is exactly what happened throughout the entire game. The Hurricanes like to do this exact play, whether it's with Jordie Barrett, whether it's with Peter Lakai sometimes like to be the first receiving option to make up this play, and they also, set it up with Cameron as well. In fact, Cameron and Jordie Barrett tried to do like a little short ball option, which was intercepted, which led to this 3rd try for the Chiefs as well. So this was you can just tell the Chiefs study this move thoroughly throughout the week, and then the defense, it's all a matter of fanning the defense out and pushing the Hurricanes behind the advantage line. And and Hurricanes was, you can see, they're just throwing the ball from field to field, and nobody was going forward for the majority of the second half, for the last 20 minutes of the second half or so. And despite having plenty of opportunities, they were not able to get into that strike zone. So this is something that was really well done by the Chiefs, identifying that to win, to really, shut down all the edge of the Hurricanes. And outside of that, the breakdown as well. TJ Perenara has been, I've talked about him in the past as well, spent way too much time negotiating with the referee than just getting the ball out, right? And then that has really allowed the Chiefs to disrupt the breakdown more than he probably should have been. leading to some turnovers probably should not have occurred. And yeah, so that's another thing I think the Chiefs did really well, is to just flood the breakdowns and making the life a bit hard for TJ, and let TJ negotiate that with the referee to their favor. So that was something that was, again, identified by the Chiefs, which did really, really well. I think one of the issues from the Hurricanes is with this player, Tossie, as you can see here, one of the highest run meters when it comes to a front rower in all of Super Rugby, is coming off the bench at the number 18 jersey. He should be starting ahead of Tara Lomax. Tara Lomax has really, not performed in this season so far, and I was surprised to see that he was on the bench alongside with Mafaleo, who also has done really well with giving the Hurricanes these short options. Both players should have been starting, and really, I get what the coaches are going for, to try to finish strong with the 6-2 bench split, but I think that you can't just, ease the game. The third, you can't just, come out with a weaker team, so to speak, and yeah, really need to come out with your best possible options and try to finish off, the game with some, I didn't think that was the right option there. And also, they do have Karefi coming off the finisher as well. It's something that they try to do, but yeah, I do think that this was a bad option there for the Hurricanes. And outside of that, the Chiefs had I thought it was much better, more accurate in their kicking game as well. When the Chiefs do their kicking, they're always finding Brett Cameron, who's a bit of a weak kicker, in my opinion. Weaker than obviously Jordy Barrett and Ruben Love. So they were targeting him a lot and leading to a lot of weak kicks from the Hurricanes. So they were able to control that with that kicking game in that front. And I thought TT was absolutely brilliant when it comes to attack for the Chiefs. He was able to, identify a lot of gaps around the Hurricanes defense and just, sending himself through the gaps, linking himself out with his teammates, setting up a number of tries. I think there was one denied, and just an absolute monster performance all around the park from Satiti for the entire game. There was a couple of really interesting yellow cards tonight. There was one against Jacobson for apparently hitting Jordy Barrett too hard. I thought that was completely unnecessary because, yes, it was late here. It was marginally late. The ball had just left Jordy's hand. So I really didn't think that late hit was sufficient to penalize that, but the referee deemed that too rough. I guess they're going to bring in that NFL law, unnecessary roughness, into rugby soon. But yeah, so unnecessary, literally they ruled this unnecessary roughness, which is an NFL law that Jacobson had put a shot on Jordy Barrett and to send him off for a yellow card. That really shouldn't have been, because there was no head contact. It was a wrapped, perfectly legal tackle. And yeah, that was really, really bad. But the other one, which is the female tackle hit on the back of the head on TJ Perenara. Again, this was looked at very late. Another try has already been scored, and it was going back like 3-4 minutes to overrule the try, which was really bad for the TMO. And the headbutt on the back of the head, whether it's accident or not, that should have been a red card, in my opinion, because Satiti was high all the time. TJ Perenara didn't drop his height. He was just making a box kick. And most importantly, he hit TJ Perenara on the back of the head from behind. Very dangerous move. I thought that should have been a red, in my opinion. And yeah, and then there was also the interesting situation where TJ Perenara had a head-on-head collision with Satiti, and that was not looked at all. So yeah. Anyway, and outside of that, I thought there was a couple of scrum calls. I thought clearly that the Chiefs player pulled Tyra Lomax down. Sorry, it's the other way around. I think, I think it was one against the Chiefs. There was one scrum at the start. I think it might have been the first or second scrum. It clearly looked like a player had pulled the opposition down, causing them to pancake, and Angus Garner ruled that the player has overextended. Yeah, I thought that was really, really weird call, because if you're not holding the weight and you're pulling the guy towards you, of course the other guy's going to overextend because you're literally pulling him down. So I thought that was a really bad call by Angus Garner. I think it was one of the two. So we'll talk about it in a minute, because I've got it down to know somewhere. And yeah, so outside of that, that's pretty much all there is to it in terms of this game. And yes, so let's have a quick look at the the match stats of the game. So 3 tries apiece, 414 run meters for the Hurricanes, 449 for the Chiefs. 18 turnovers considered Hurricanes. That is absolutely diabolically bad. I mean, like I said, the breakdown was an absolute disaster for the Hurricanes, and Chiefs was getting turnovers left and right without even having to play with the ball. 7 turnovers considered for the Chiefs. Defense-wise, both teams are pretty good. Oh, did I speak too soon? Yeah. Oh, 20 turnovers conceded, actually. So the game just, the stat just updated. So the defense-wise, let's just reset this again. 125 tackles, 19 missed tackles for the Hurricanes. 164 tackles, 21 missed tackles for the Chiefs. And line-out-wise was pretty even overall. 18 for the Hurricanes, 0 loss. 2 loss for the Chiefs out of 6. There was a bit of an interesting thing, and this is something that you can talk about. You can let me know your thoughts on it as well. The Chiefs reserve hooker was taken off for a HIA, and you know, Bradley Slater, after Somasoni Takiaho was taken off the field due to a leg injury, that could have been a fake HIA. Yeah, because I don't think I've seen him got hit by anybody. He was struggling a bit on the field with his legs, and I think the Chiefs just faked the HIA for him, and he's just like, because if it's not a HIA and the scrum went to uncontested, the Chiefs will have to take a player off the field, have to play with 14 players, because that's the law. You can't yet, because if you initiate uncontested scrum outside of HIA and blood bin, you have to lose a player as a penalty, as a punishment. So the Chiefs avoided that by taking him off with a fake HIA, in my opinion. But yeah, you can let me know if that's what you saw or not, because Hurricanes was protesting about this as well. So here's what I was talking about, the kicking game. 40 kicks for Damien McKenzie and his mates, only 25 for the Hurricanes. The Chiefs was really happy to control where the game field was played and forcing the Hurricanes to run into their rush defense. And yeah, really, really brutal to see that. And the lineouts, 18 for the Hurricanes. Oh, I've done this already. 2 lineouts lost. Scrums was quite even. I thought there was a couple, like I said, I thought there was a couple of scrums where it was a bit misjudged by the referee. Overall penalty count for the Hurricanes, 9 to the Chiefs, 7. 2 yellow cards for the Chiefs, and Hurricanes still wasn't able to win the game. 20 minutes against 14 players. Bit embarrassing, I think, there. Anyway, let's quickly go through what happens with the recap. So 2 minutes into the game, the Chiefs was on the ball with Finau. It was just like really poor tackling on, I think it was Narua. He was just running down the sideline, one hand with the ball. TJ Pionara misses the tackle, Jordy Barry misses the tackle, and then just Nara ran into the last defender, nice little offload out wide to Finau. Finau went into the corner of the try, 7 points to 0. A few minutes later, there was a weird situation where the Chiefs' clearance kick was charged down by the Hurricanes, and what's his name? TJ Pionara got the ball, and he passed the ball to the wrong player on the Chiefs team. Because it was charged down, the Chiefs player was no longer offside. So I don't know if TJ Pionara was trying to milk a penalty, or he's confused with the colors, because the Hurricanes been playing with the black jerseys like 90% of the season. But hey, he threw the ball straight on the Chiefs player's hand, and they just ran down the other side. And a few good passes. Ratma went in for the try. 14 points to 0. Yeah, so that's TJ. I don't know if that's TJ Pionara trying to make a penalty by passing the ball to an offside player. Well, that backfired big time for him. Yes, 9 minutes into the game, this was the first scrum. It looked like the scrum was pulled down by the Hurricanes' loose head on the Chiefs' tight head, and the referee penalized the Chiefs because you can see the elbows down. The referee said the Chiefs player overextending. He's overextending because Hurricanes player is pulling him back. Like, that's why he overextended. So, and you can see the elbow was down. So this was absolutely the wrong decision by the referee, Angus Gardner there. 14 minutes into the game, a breakdown penalty. The Chiefs, with 2 tries on the board, happy to settle into their style, kick the penalty, 17 points to 0. 18 minutes, you look like Amora has set up his team for a try for Celeste Riasi. Oh, not really Riasi, yeah, but look like I set up for a try down the sideline. But the referee said that one of the passes from Riasi to Amora was forward. Very slightly, marginally forward, but this was the one of the many 4 passes for the Hurricanes this entire game. 20 minutes into the game, finally the Hurricanes got themselves a bit of momentum. They went for the penalty, they went for the line out. Crash ball, and then eventually what's his name? The Lakai saw a gap, and Somasonic Talca out pulled his hamstring and just went straight through. I got pretty close to the try line, dunked the ball over. 17 points to 7, back into the game for the Hurricanes. After this, there was a bit of a back and forth between the two sides, bit of a kicking game. On the 24th minute in the game, it looked like Chiefs had scored again. Satiti just ran through a little gap. Nice little offload over the top for Ratma to score a try. Should be 100% okay. And TMO went back about 4 minutes to look at the head-on-head collision between Finau and what's his name? And TJ Perenara. No try. And 33 minutes into the game, there was another forward pass against Hurricanes. I don't even know if this was for or not. 34 minutes into the game, nice 50-22. And then from David McKenzie. And then finally 40 minutes into the game, the Chiefs was really trying to score one just before halftime. They build. So many faces, and finally the what's his name? And finally the Hurricanes was defended. Finau looked like we tried to score, but it was a no try. So scoreboard finished at 17 points to 7 at halftime. Second half starts. 4 minutes in the second half, the Chiefs gets another penalty. They kick 3, 20 points to 7. 48 minutes into the game, Jacobson was sent off for a unnecessary roughness on Geordie Barrett for 10 minutes, which was a really, really bad decision there by the referee. And then the 51 minutes, Titi had a head-on-head collision with TJ Perenara, and TJ Perenara wasn't sent off for this actual penalty. So, yeah, pretty bad there. 54 minutes into the game, finally, the Hurricanes got a bit more momentum with the play in the bin, more smoothness. Switched the ball from one side to all the way down the left-hand side, and then the ball spurt back out to the right-hand side. Nice long over the top. Riasi commits the defender, and then what's his name? I think he popped the offload to Leah Weri, and Leah Weri punched through, offload to Brett Cameron, winning for the try. 14 points to 20. Hurricanes back in striking range. And 58 minutes of the game, looked like the Hurricanes had finally put themselves ahead. Some really nice play. Again, just reaching full way through the field. Morby was open into the corner and he dropped the ball. Yeah, so no try there. 61 minutes of the game, the Hurricanes were still in the front foot, lots of momentum. Like I exactly was just pointing you out just there with the the short ball option. He was Cameron and Geordie Barrett next to each other, and the ball was read by what's his name? By Satiti, and he ran down, not 60 meters, 70 meters, 5 meters short, pulled down by the try line, and the ball came out really quick hands from Tupai to Rona, went in for the try. 27 points to 14, 64 minutes into the game, another penalty for the Chiefs, 45 meters out, for a bit of an angle, windy Wellington. David McKenzie kicked this one through, really well done. 14 points to 30. Finally, on the 17 minutes, the Hurricanes trying to chase down the game with about 10 minutes left. They were, again, just spreading from side to side. Eventually, Billy Proctor got a long ball over the top into the corner. And 19 points to 30. There was 10 minutes to go. The Hurricanes tried everything they can. The Chiefs' rush defense was just a bit too good. And and at this point, everybody's tired. And the Hurricanes just didn't have anything enough to get themselves back in the game. Yeah, the game really fell away from the Hurricanes right from the get-go, and the Chiefs was comfortably holding the lead for the entire match with their excellent defense. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later tonight for the Bulls versus Leinster match. So that'll be like 2 a.m. in the morning for me. So yes, enjoy that if you are going to be up. Otherwise, have a good weekend. See you guys next time. Cheers.